Pow, pow, pow. Why do Christians believe Christianity is the best religion?
There are so many religions in the world. In fact, there's at least 4,000, probably a lot more, and all of them basically tell us that we should be nice, do nice things, try not to be a jerk, that kind of thing. So why do Christians think that Christianity is the best religion? Well, first of all, it may be fair to say that many people who call themselves Christian aren't familiar enough with the tenets of other faiths to know what makes Christianity different from them.
You see, this here Buddha statue is chubby. Ergo, ipso facto, all Buddhists believe being chubby is what'll get you into heaven. Also baldness, which I kinda get. Anywho, I'm covered.
Some may not even grasp the tenets of Christianity itself well enough to know what makes it unique.
You see, like it says in the great book of Bill Bethuel Basda, thou art blessed, thou shalt not experience taxation without representation, and that is how Jesus founded the great nation of Boston, Massachusetts. Also, he hated English tea.
They just think since they belong to this club, then this club must be the best one. But, in point of fact, Christianity is unique, and it all centers around this guy, Jesus. From the Israelites' earliest history, their prophets preached the hope of a coming Messiah to a desperate people. Isaiah, for example, proclaimed that this Messiah would be born of a virgin. And guess what? As the story goes, Jesus was indeed born of a virgin, demonstrating that he was God's son. And when he grew up, he said some crazy things. He said things like, "Be nice, don't be a jerk. Punch not your neighbor, lest ye be punched." The typical stuff you might expect to hear from a religious leader. But he also said things like this: "I'm God's son." Piece of carrots, piece of carrots, piece of carrots.
Wait, what'd he say?
That kind of threw some people for a loop, even made some folks mad. And then he said, "You know what you should do? You should eat my flesh and drink my blood. You know, to remember me later."
Okay, now you're freaking me out.
It's true, Jesus said some wild things. He said things that you might not expect from the founder of your average faith-based initiative. "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me." Anybody got some bread? Let's eat! Watermelon. And Jesus was killed. He was sacrificed like a lamb. He died without a fight because he loved us so much. He was willing to do that. He didn't just say crazy things, he did crazy things too. But I'm getting ahead of myself again. Jesus did wild things, impossible things. He healed blind people and diseased people. He even healed dead people. Shh.
Alright, you're freaking me out again.
That's right, he raised people from the dead. He wasn't starting a religion, he was starting a revolt.
You know what's a revolt? That dude's odor. It's revolting.
But there was one thing he did that trumps all the others. One thing that makes his movement different. He was on a mission. So when he was condemned by the authorities, things looked bad. When they crucified him, it looked even worse. And when he died and was placed in a tomb, it looked desperate. It looked like his mission was over. Like it was a huge bust, a failure. But that's because nobody really knew what his mission was. Everybody thought he was going to teach Rome a lesson, ninja style, or become the emperor, or have a talk show, or write great books.
Can you put "I'm your biggest fan" signed Jesus?
But he just died on the city dump. It didn't even make the news. Jesus just fizzled out. Except he didn't fizzle out. The third day after he died, he rose. He was resurrected from death to life. And that's the thing that makes the Jesus-based movement known as Christianity different. Unique. His teachings? Great. His healings? Miraculous. Those massive fish and bread picnics?
Daily jokes.
But at the end of the day, the thing that distinguishes Jesus followers is that they pin all their hopes to the uniquely far-fetched idea that God died in order to conquer death, and by rising again, took away death's power once and for all. That was his mission. And according to millions of Christians the world over, he accomplished it.
Uncle!